Alright, so Valve finally updated the playoff section of the pick'em, so let's talk about which teams I think are going to make it out of the quarters, and who is going to end up winning this entire tournament. Obviously, we didn't make it through the opening stage, but the elimination stage we did recover. We ended up with 6 correct picks, so I'm feeling fairly good about that. So let's see, let's see what we think here. So starting off with the matchup that I'm the most confident in, I would say Team Vitality have looked so strong. You can probably tell by the jersey that I'm wearing that I'm thinking they are the best looking team right now. So I'm going to say they're going to end up taking down FaZe. You never know though. FaZe in the playoffs, in front of a big crowd like that, you never know which FaZe you're going to get. But if they show any signs of the form that they've been showing throughout this entire event, I think Vitality are going to absolutely obliterate them. I think we're going to see Vitality onto the semis, no problem whatsoever. All right, so let's take a look at this G2 versus Heroic matchup. Now, if you'd asked me about this a couple of weeks ago, I would have said G2 100% of the time. However, G2's form in this major has not looked as dominant as I was expecting, and Heroic have looked fantastic. Nerds is firing on all cylinders. We're seeing a very, very good-looking Heroic, but overall, with the names on this G2 roster, the firepower that they have, and the potential that they have, I have a very hard time not picking them to move on into the semis versus Vitality. I think Heroic could certainly do it, but if you have m0NESY showing, even 75% of his full form, I think they're going to end up taking this one. All right, so let's talk about the Team Liquid versus Team Spirit matchup. Now, I have said on numerous occasions that I'm not very impressed with Team Spirit's form as of late. Donk is obviously in superhuman form. He looks so good, but for me to say that they're going to realistically be able to lift this trophy, I'm going to have to see way more out of the supportive elements of Team Spirit. They're going to have to look like they did back in Cato, and I just don't really see that happening. However, Team Liquid have looked good, but I don't really see them making it far either, and overall, I don't think Donk's good enough to lift the major trophy on his own, but I think he's good enough to beat Team Liquid. Liquid, again, I would like to pick them. I'm a huge Liquid fan. However, the quality of teams that they beat to get into this stage, they beat Gamer Legion, MIBR, and Furia, 3 teams that didn't make it. They lost to Navi, who also didn't make it. So they had a fairly easy path compared to some of the other teams here. So I've got to give the edge here to Spirit. I actually wiped my picks there, but let's go ahead and move on to the Mongols versus MALS. I think every single Counter-Strike fan wants to see the Mongols end up just going all the way through and winning the grand final. This has been such an awesome team to follow, the greatest performance in the history of Counter-Strike for an Asian team at the first Asian major. I mean, how in the world could we not root for these guys? Unfortunately, I actually believe that given the fact that MALS have a whole week to prep for this series, this best of 3 matchup, I actually am going to give the edge to MALS here. I think I'm going to have faith in the tactical mind of Shui and just how good MALS are at countering teams. Even early on, whenever Team Spirit looked completely unbeatable right after Cato, MALS were beating them in best of 3s at different tournaments. So honestly, I think you give MALS time to prep and they're going to show up. I'm going to say MALS are going to take down the Mongols in the quarterfinals. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but I just think that is the most realistic scenario. So let's go ahead and talk about the semis. But before we do that, I do want to thank today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. So, SkinsMonkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code TACTICS on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. All right, so let's finish up here and talk about the semis. Overall, the matchup between MALS and Spirit has always favored MALS, and I don't think that's going to change at all. I seriously think that MALS have a decent shot at making the grand finals of this major. I am not going to be too surprised if they pull this off. Now, I just don't think at the current form that Spirit are good enough to beat MALS, and honestly, I think MALS could make it all the way to the finals. Do I think they're going to lift the trophy? Not really, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Now, between G2 and Vitality, obviously, I want to see Nico win a major, but I think Vitality by far look like the strongest team right now. G2 are just not looking as dominant as I would like to see. Vitality are just very, very strong. I think they'll actually rip G2 apart in this semi. Again, I would love to see a good, strong matchup between these two teams, but overall, I think Vitality are going to end up making it to the grand finals. And just looking at their form right now, I think they're going to take down MALS. We're going to have Vitality picking up another major trophy, ZywOo with his second, Apex with his third, and That's honestly what I'm going to be expecting here going into this final. Do you agree with me? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown. And yeah, hopefully I'm right. Again, I can't even get the diamond coin, but this is what I think is the most realistic scenario. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.